Well, Montreal is known for its smoked meat, as I'm joined by Mark Spector, and it was Montreal that got smoked in the last half of the third period. Now, credit to the Canadiens, Mark, because they seemingly had the necessary game plan to stop Edmonton, but what happened for the Oilers to eventually run away with this one?
Well, that's about the last 10 minutes of the game, but I have to say that the Montreal Canadiens, they have or had the secret sauce here against the Oilers. They were 4-1 against Edmonton coming in. Draisaitl and McDavid didn't have a goal in those 5 games, and through 50 minutes, they didn't have a goal in this one. They were down 1-0. Montreal, be honest, they hook and they hold and they obscure and they obstruct and they do it. And the thing that really works, Gene, they kill the penalties that they take. They took 4 penalties. They killed them all up till that point, and then McDavid broke it open.
Yeah, and I wonder, when you think of Connor McDavid's night, he had the highlight reel goal, but was this almost like a playoff-type performance because he'll have to fight through so many things and have to deal with the physical play in order to have the success that he eventually had in this game?
Oh, yeah, this was a dress rehearsal because every other team is now going to, if they're not already, they're watching Montreal. It's okay, how does Montreal hold these guys down? And I just described how they did. It's like an offensive line where the lineman always says, look, they're not going to call me on holding on every play. So I'll hold all night. I'll take a couple penalties. I'm not saying Montreal's a bunch of cheaters, all that stuff. That's not what I'm saying. It's an effective game plan. They stop McDavid and Draisaitl from skating. They hit him every chance they get, and they do hook him and hold him a bit, and it almost worked tonight.
Well, we're not exactly sure the status of Carey Price, but should there or will there be concern over this number 1 netminder who just came back from an injury and then had to leave after the first period?
Well, yes. For sure. Carey Price goes down. I know that Habs Nation takes great notice of that. I will say this. I'm not sure I've ever seen a goalie come in after this first intermission and play that well in relief that Jake Allen did. This is why you spent, Mark Bergevin spent $14 million on his goaltenders this year. Jake Allen gave the Habs every bit of goaltending, right, that they could possibly ask for tonight. Just couldn't get through the last 10 minutes, but he was fabulous.
Yeah, and one of those games that felt like a playoff game, and we'll see when they meet again here on Wednesday night if it has the same atmosphere. In one of those games, we missed the fans, but I think they really missed out on what was a super evening of hockey between the Oilers and